let's jump into this bitch. Hello, welcome to the podcast. We are here and back again. Finally recording, you guys. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
You know, we recorded some extra episodes, so if all goes well, there may not be much of a gap in the uploads.
I fucking certainly hope so.
But for us, it's been a while since we've actually gotten to sit down and record.
Yeah, you recorded one a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. So, and I think we just talked about Avatar.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
The new one.
That's
the last Airbender.
That's the one I still haven't sent to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I have.
Yeah, I didn't even realize you guys recorded one.
Yep.
Yeah, we still ended up recording one.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, that's just the one I haven't sent to you yet because I keep forgetting to. So.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha. But we got that in the back pocket, though.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have it waiting.
So, I almost canceled on you guys because last night, before bed, I actually, took some laxatives to kind of, help this morning, and then this morning, they were working a little too well.
Oh,
Well, by that I mean that it was coming out both ends.
Oh!
I threw up 3 times this morning, and, once just going to take my kids to Eldo, so that they could be at the sitters. I made the mistake of smoking a cigarette on my way back, and that's what fucking did it. It's I thought I was at a good point, and I threw that thing out the window. I was like, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? And then just maybe 10 seconds after that, I fucking pull over and then just fucking jump to the driver or the passenger side and open the window and just start fucking dry heaving, and I haven't eaten anything at that point, so it was just literally just all vile.
Yeah,
I felt like
heaving is
shit.
the worst.
Oh god, dude, especially if you have to throw up and you have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It hurts. It feels so bad. It felt like my stomach was knocking around like a fucking cartoon character.
Your intestines just gonna literally come out through your mouth if you keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's literally that first little upheaval. It felt like my gut just completely shot itself up pow, and then it felt terrible. Stomach wanted to come out.
So, is that the sickest you've ever been?
No, I've been pretty sick before. I mean, I used to be an alcoholic, so.
if you had to guess, if you had to choose, what do you think the sickest you've ever been was?
The sickest I've ever been, I think I was actually working at the Lamar Walmart, and I was so sick that I actually had to keep starting over on the call-in form 5 or 6 times until I didn't even finish it. Our HR manager at the time, Tom, called me, and 'cause I remember this where it was I kept I was laying in bed, I had my phone, I kept getting to the screen, it took forever to fucking load, forever, and I could not hold out. I was passing back out. I wake up, it was timed out, and I'd start over, and just repeat, and then Tom calls and I answer, and I'm just hello. It's hey, you coming in? I was no. No.
I'm not.
No. I was Jordan, I tried to tell you. I really did.
What about you, Mr. Dyson?
I don't know.
You've ever been?
There's a few times, because normally it's not just whole body or anything like that. It's just it's always one end, one thing that tends to suck more than anything else. I mean, me and you talked about one of my times on the way here. The reason I got fired from same Walmart when I had a stomach bug for an entire week and just couldn't go to work. I was nope, I'm not gonna shit my pants in front of a bunch of people because I'm barely making it to my own bathroom that's 10 feet away. So I was no, I'm not doing it because it was just nonstop. So and it was that for probably 6 days.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. I drink a lot of water. That's the most water I've ever drank in my life. I was drinking a gallon and a half a day. I was so thirsty. I'd take it into the bathroom with me.
And couldn't that amount a day kill you?
I think you have to get in the multiple gallons a day, don't you?
You do. Yeah. I mean, the recommended amount is
around a gallon, I believe.
It's a good amount of liters, and also depending on your age and if you're a man or a woman,
how active you are.
The more active. And
my medicine actually dries me out, so I need a little bit more because of that.
So any number of things can factor.
Yeah,
into
I mean your size, height, weight, everything can affect it. So I think I'm supposed to drink like fucking 12 8-ounce cups of water a day, like 12 to 16, something like that. And that's just size based and age, and not counting my medicine. It's probably and that's a lot of water.
How does society survive? Because you guys know that a very small amount of people are actually drinking
that amount,
the recommended amount of water.
Yeah, I mean the safest bet is like everyone try to drink 8 cups of water a day, because like that might be. I mean, also everyone's different, so the recommended amount isn't going to be the same for everybody. So it's like
right. Some people are just going to be lucky, and then it's like the amount they just regularly drink just happens to be more than enough.
Yeah, I'm thirsty all day thanks to my heart medicine, so it doesn't matter how much I drink. I'm gonna be thirsty. So I try not to drink too much, as I don't know if I'm gonna drink too much or not. So I probably drink 8 to 10 cups of like actual water a day, and then I'll have like a soda or 2 a day. I start my day with a big glass of chocolate milk. So, and you get water through food and stuff too. So
that's actually something. So I wouldn't espouse this as fact because I can't confirm it right now, but I'm fairly confident that while I was researching something else, I came across the actual study that says the 8 cups a day on average thing. And if I remember correctly, it also says that that's not actually accurate. That's just like the ideal, and that the amount you need to live is actually much lower than that, and you actually get it through the food you eat most of the time. Because that's what most mammals do.
No, that's actually
most mammals don't actually have constant access to just drinkable water. So the way we digest stuff, we get most of our moisture.
The 8 cups is just the safe recommended amount that they put out there for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman.
Say that won't be too much. It won't be too little.
That's for adult.
So
that's the amount where it's like, okay, this is definitely plenty for you to live and be healthy.
And nowhere near enough to hurt you.
But nowhere near enough to hurt you. To be healthy, where like your skin's clear, you have like perfect bowels, all this stuff. That's where it's like, for me, 12 to like 16 cups of water a day.
Yeah.
So that's why I try to drink that much, because I'm like, I want clear skin.
Well, this gave me an idea.
Better hair.
Let's take a moment and talk about our healthy habits. Now, for the majority of my 20s, I think that one of my more actively healthier habits is just pretty much been getting a fountain drink, because of the fact that it has ice in it, and that would just be more actual water. It's like, I remember like when I was like 23, 24, like, I'm gonna start doing this. And then maybe I'll live another week.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in college, it was like I was eating like one of those small pizzas almost every day for lunch from the college. I was eating almost fast food every day that I was actually there. So I definitely wasn't the healthiest. I drank way too much soda when I was in college.
They don't have healthy shit at soda cafeterias, I've noticed, or college cafeterias.
About the healthiest thing is like a fucking Dollar General version of Subway. About the healthiest option,
And even then, it's not that great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's still bread, and bread's not amazing for you. You gotta get that whole grain bread if you want it to be healthy.
Which, fortunately for me, I actually like.
Yeah, same here.
Like whole grain bread, whole wheat bread.
I do whole wheat or whole grain.
In my opinion.
If whole grain wasn't so dang expensive, then I do it all the time. That's why I do whole wheat, because that's still cheap and much healthier than just straight up white bread.
But like that artisan whole wheat
also,
bread.
Working at Walmart, I get like deli food every day, so I get like the big plate with the chicken, mashed potatoes, stuff like that.
Yeah, which, chicken's not that bad, the breading's not great.
Yeah, it's fried, where anything fried isn't good for you.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been trying to eat like grilled and like broiled chicken nowadays, or even baked. Baked's like super healthy for you. And chicken just clean stuff out. I mean, it's white meat. White meat's actually, as long as it's not fried and ate in moderation, it's like actually super good for you.
Well, and humans do have like an omnivorous digestive system.
Exactly.
So we are literally, set up to eat plant proteins and animal proteins.
Health changes I've made as I've gotten older is like I'm trying to drink like 1 soda a day. Yeah. I used to drink a lot more. I do 3 or 4 a day. I'm down to 1, except for there's special days, like if I
D&D.
Like D&D is like, I have 1 during the day. I'll have 1 at D&D, or maybe 2 at D&D, depends.
Right, special occasion.
Yeah, exactly. Special occasions, I tend to have more going out to eat. I don't like a lot of places' water, so I get soda.
What the fuck is what?
Why is water so gross?
Well, why is it that you go to one restaurant and their water tastes like that, and you go to the next restaurant and is it not from the same supply?
Yeah, it's like it's
got to be the cleanliness of the machine.
It's
right?
the same town. It's got to be their pipes and the machines and everything like that.
A little rust in there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but you can
even
even have like the difference between places that are really close to each other too. So
I mean, even other towns' water, I just don't like. Like, I'm not a fan of like Lockwood's or Lamar's water at all. I'm done. I don't
water's
drink it.
pretty gross.
El Dorado, I've heard it's
Famously
gross water.
gross, actually.
Also, I know Sheldon's waters. I've heard it's gross, or maybe Bernal. I can't remember, one of those two. So it's have like really gross water.
Probably
I think they both have a lot
Probably,
of meth. Yeah.
Yeah. Golden City's water is actually surprisingly clean, and it doesn't taste very bad. But I also get it through a filter in a fridge. But even then, the tap water's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how Greenfields is as clean as it is, because that's like a meth town.
Yeah.
But it's a surprisingly okay water.
Well,
and I live out in the county, so we have like the whatever you call it, rural water or whatever.
Rural water and like well water. I'll drink any well water as long as it hasn't just rained and it's all muddy. But
yeah, but it's water out of our place.
Yeah, rural water is fine because anyone out in the country is gonna have surprisingly cleaner, fresher water.
Well,
so.
and usually just less stuff in it.
Yeah, there's less, I mean, it gets filtered by the ground.
Yeah, so which is the best filter.
Yeah, exactly. It gets rid of all the bad shit. Because it's like, ooh, I can use this to grow.
Say, like, apparently, taking, like, seawater, and just, like, distilling it, or whatever that process is called, making it drinkable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Apparently it's extremely cheap. Like, crazy cheap.
Oh, distilling, yeah.
Desalination.
Yes, desalination. Yeah. Desalination is
gotta get all that salt out.
incredibly cheap. And
but we use that for stuff, too, so.
Yeah, we salt our fries.
But so it's incredibly cheap. So like having clean water is pretty, inexpensive. So it's like, why the fuck? Why the fuck is one town over has the dirtiest fucking water in Missouri? Like,
right. It's like, is it fresh water or clean?
Like that might be a thing where, is it dirty? Or is it just that you don't like the taste of the particulates? Like, does it hurt you, or is it just unpleasant?
Yeah, see,
for your palate.
Your mind goes to, oh, this is gross, it's dirty, when really it's just like,
it's just
you
different.
Like certain towns.
Like, it's not any more or less polluted
and that's
or
what
contaminated
it is for me.
with stuff.
I don't like the taste of other towns'
I would say that's probably what it is more often than not. I mean, obviously, you are going to have places that do actually have polluted water systems because of, very one thing or
like
another.
Like when Lamar has a dead cow in there.
Like when Lamar has a dead cow in the reservoir.
I remember that.
Like, I'll get soda at Lamar places for now, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe no ice.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's cold enough out of the fountain.
Yeah.
Oh, it is not. It is
no,
not.
It's not.
It's going through those machines.
Yeah,
exactly.
Ice.
Yeah.
So.
It's okay. It was maybe not direct water, but ice. Technically, like it'll hold itself together. Just fucking get that thing drink.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Get it drink. Dump the ice. New ice.
Well, there's a lot of places I try to get easy ice or no ice just because they fucking jip you on the drink.
Oh
with
yeah,
how much ice they put in it.
Fill it up entirely with ice.
They fill it up with so much ice that
not a snow cone.
A small compared to a large, a small with no ice compared to a large with ice is the same amount of soda. I'm like,
and
okay, I'm
already
eating
so
out.
Cheap.
I want
that's
soda.
Where places make a lot of money is soda.
Oh, 1%.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I don't know. No one's gonna hear this. But like,
it's not the spirit, Brendan.
Hey,
sorry.
Hey,
no.
You've seen the RRR movie review. Thousands of people have watched that.
Sorry. Okay, so no
By
one.
thousands, I mean a little over 1,000.
Exactly.
No one where if I say this is gonna bite me back in the ass is gonna hear this. But so like, yeah, say like at my job, we charge like $3 for a 32 ounce. And you could literally go maybe like 2 blocks to Casey's and get one for 89 cents.
Yeah.
And both of you probably paid like 12 cents in like raw materials for the soda syrup.
Oh, it's nothing but profit.
Yeah,
like that's one of our benefits is like free soda.
Yeah.
There was
because it cost them basically nothing.
I can't remember what it was, but there was some study done that like almost every fast food place makes more money off of soda than they do anything else.
Yeah.
Like 100%. They make more
Oh,
money.
yeah,
off
that's
of
the
you
high
can
profit
still
margin.
sell it so cheap
Yeah.
and make a profit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause straight
And
up
then
it's
cheap
syrup.
soda is one of those things where, yeah, people love that. They'll
Yeah.
go to there for the drinks, which
Yeah.
is the thing that was making you the profit in the first place. So
Yep, yeah,
it's a great
exactly.
business model, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's
Guys, we should sell soda.
well, and yeah, it's like it's such a weird thing, and like I kind of hate it. I kind of hate the fact that people come up and pay $3. I'm taking
Yeah.
the $3.
They don't even think about it
Like,
because,
I'm
again,
gonna
it's
pay
so
$3.
cheap.
Yeah, it's a drink.
Yeah, it's also a large drink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like you're
big.
thirsty.
Well, and
Yeah.
then people on top of that will give me a tip. Like I'll get $1 or $2, and then it's like
Which-
they're paying like $5.
Which the United States is the only country where that's a thing.
Yeah.
Tips, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, everywhere else is they just pay their employees enough to like live
Yeah.
in other countries. You know, it's
Wow.
like,
Now, technically, I do make minimum wage there.
Yeah. yeah. So tips are nice.
What's
Yeah.
minimum
Yeah.
wage in Missouri now?
It's like
It's-
12,
Okay.
maybe 12 or 12.50.
It's 12 or 12.50 for
Somewhere
sure.
in
It's
that
definitely
range.
in that range.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that should have started January of, was it last year or this year?
Oh shit! It's been going on for a while. I think
I
it's
think
been
it was
going
last
since
year. I think it was
2018 or 19.
Damn.
Oh, was it really?
Well, because that bill they did was to get the minimum wage up to 15,
Okay.
but gradually.
Those boomers now.
Federal's still like $9.45 an hour or something like
When I
that.
started
Yeah,
working, I
that's
got
weird.
paid like $5.75 an hour my very first job.
Yeah, I got paid fucking $7.45, I think.
Yeah.
The 2 summers I worked at my mom's office.
Oh,
yeah,
say
like,
that's about what I made at Walmart.
yeah. I started at Walmart at like $8.10. So
Yeah,
there's
you
no
started
minimum.
Started at over
Motherfucker.
$11.
Yeah, I started above minimum wage. I was like, sweet, and
I
then
got hired right at that point where they were doing that. Oh, we'll jump everyone up to the new minimum and act like it's a raise.
the 11. Yeah,
So-
then I didn't get mine, so I didn't feel too bad about getting fired because people were starting out making more than me. I was like, you know what?
I
Stop
might have
that.
been one of them right when I got
Oh,
hired.
you definitely were. Which I mean,
Yeah,
I was
if
not
I got hired
mad-
at 11:30.
I wasn't mad at any of those people. I mean, Grant
Yes.
Grant
I didn't
Smith
tell
started
anyone.
at more than I was making.
And yeah, and that shit
He went
was
at
super
11.
weird.
It was annoying. I was like, I mean, let's bump me up to, I'm like 11:01 even, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and
Come on, guys.
Well, and you know what? At our Walmart, like our electronics team, we actually had a great team. Until that shit started happening, we were getting new people making more money than us, and it was like,
Mhm.
well, I'm not putting in the fucking effort. Like,
You really need to bump the old people up to whatever you're gonna make the
first.
thing. Yeah, if you're gonna.
Like-
yeah.
it's like, if anything, their training started at a fucking training wage.
I mean,
Yeah.
At least.
that, and we're the ones fucking training them.
Well, and
Yes.
I mean, it's a little annoying if someone starts at the same or almost the same as you
Yeah.
in a job
It
you've
is
been
annoying,
at for a
but
year
more,
or two.
it's like,
but
fuck.
more is just like it's offensive. It's rude. It's like why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
rude.
yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I did not work as hard as I was before.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah, no.
literally started not caring.
Well,
no
I mean,
one fucking worked as hard.
Yeah.
it
We all were
verifiably
pissed.
demonstrates that you don't actually care about the employees on an individual basis.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
and
exactly.
no, it's like they want the high turnover. They want to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
they
it took
want to
them
start
so
fresh.
long to make me full time.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
how long did it take you?
I think I worked there for like 2.5 years.
Before they met, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I was
Like-
actually never technically full time.
That was the weird thing about me. As soon as I was out of college, they wanted to make me full time immediately. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You guys
It's-
don't pay me.
It took a manager that wanted me there for the full time hours.
Maybe
because she
Jeremy
needed
wanted
my
to.
help.
Maybe Jeremy wanted to make me full time.
He might have,
And that's maybe why.
but
But I mean, people. I think why is because people up front after I had helped them would tell CSMs like that Dyson guy was so helpful.
yeah.
I was like, hey, you know what? Let's bump me up.
Right.
Yeah, it's like-
you should, instead of telling them I'm helpful, you should say that guy deserves a raise.
Yeah. Oh, they will. It's like, how about you just increase my hourly pay by 1 cent every time someone
Uh-huh.
gives me a
Oh, dude, I
positive
would've been
review
making
with my name
16 an hour
specifically.
in 20
Yeah.
in 2017.
Tell you what, I'll push those surveys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely would. Yeah.
I definitely won't make fake
What,
names.
what was your least favorite part of electronics? Like out of the stuff we did there?
My least favorite?
I have an answer.
What was it? Probably.
I don't even work there. I know what mine is.
It's been a while since I've worked in electronics, though. Say when did I even get fired there? Was that 2018? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, it was January 2018 because I was the end of February 2018.
Yeah, we were
just like a
talking about
little
this on
over
the
a month.
drive over. So
Yeah.
I got hired November 2017.
Yeah, yeah, we worked with him for a little bit.
Honestly, I can't really. Nothing really comes to mind. I can
No,
think
like-
of like people who I hated.
Immediately, it's cell phone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I was really good at cell phones.
I hate it.
I am good at it. I just hate doing it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I could not stand it, especially more so the contract one over prepaid stuff. If it was that contract at one of those 2 kiosks, I was like, oh god. I'm like, well, my day's ruined. My week's ruined.
I
Might as
think
well
that,
heard a fucking Creed song.
Might as well go over to Sporting Goods and load up a gun.
Yeah.
I think that I was okay with like doing cell phones, and I know that like whenever it came down to it, like I was the guy that usually like was jumping on it, but
yeah.
I think like
no, you
I
definitely
always,
were, because I was not.
yeah. And I think the reason
If
why
it was
I was,
photo, I was like, you got it. I'll help you. I'm like, I was the photo guy.
and I think the reason being was because I didn't want to deal with customers. Like it's like once I have my
just walking around.
it's like
being
like I
stuff.
don't like having to be like they come in 10 feet. I hate having to be like.
My acknowledgement
okay?
was normally just saying, howdy. That was my acknowledgement. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
they'll ask me for help. They know that I know that they're there.
Yeah, that, like I don't think you have to really like come
I
on
just sure
strong
feel like
for
you
people
need
to
help.
help you.
I'm like, this isn't Best Buy. I don't need to do that. I'll just say hi. I'm just how you doing?
Usually it's how's it going for me? Something
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's super easy. And then 80% of the time they didn't need help. So.
Right.
Sometimes they'll completely ignore me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No, that's
I'll say
fine with
something
me.
and
Yeah.
let's walk away. It's like, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. then.
Yeah. Like, that's what I need to get. That's when you download like a gunshot sound on your phone. You just turn the corner and you hear.
Just the rack and the shotgun noise.
They're actually like this reminds me of like a customer one time, and they there was 2 women, and they were asking me a question, and it had to do with housewares, and like mid explanation they interrupt me and they're like, could you get someone who has been here, like someone that's not new? It's literally been there for 3 years at that point. It's like, and I was just like, there is literally no one. And so I was just like, I just went ahead and started like very quickly speeding up my fucking explanation, being like, actually no, and then blah 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 blah. And then at one point, like I started to point in the direction of like the item, and then like I'm here and she's here, and I'm pointing, and she literally bends back, like go whoa, like she's over here, but she thinks I'm like in her face, like she's dodging my finger. And I'm just like kind of annoyed and confused and think that this lady is actually crazy.
I mean, they frequently are.
Yeah, and
like,
so like I just
customers acting crazy.
Yeah, so so I was pretty much, I guess, got to the point, just go look over there, and like I was gone.
It's you see that hardware sign? It's in one of those aisles.
Yep. Good luck.
Yeah, and if you don't see it, we don't have it.
Yeah. One of my favorite early interactions with a customer, at least makes for a good story, is the dude who came up to me at the ammo case. And I mean, so he's clearly drunk. Like you can smell booze on him, like when he's talking. And he's like, "Hey, so I got my gun." And so and I'm
Like
pretty new
right
at this
now?
point. Yeah,
Like right now,
yeah,
like
and
in your pocket?
he meant like right now in his pocket.
Like-
So I'm like, okay, and he's like, "I want to know if you can unlock this and get one of these bullets out for me, so I can put it in my gun and make sure it's the right one."
That's not how that fucking works.
Yeah, and I'm like, no.
No, I can't do that.
I was like, okay, well, what if I hand you the gun and you take the bullet out of the box and put it in the gun and see if it's the right one? I said, no, I'm still not going to do that.
It's like,
And
Can
then-
you even make sure it's the right one? Like because with the bullet, like it can't, if it happens to fall in it, that doesn't mean it's the right one.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Well, and so like
Yeah,
personal
yeah.
side thing, as I own guns myself, and like if you're a gun owner, it's your responsibility to be responsible with that firearm.
Yes.
And part of that responsibility is knowing what the right ammunition is
Yes,
without having
yes.
to put it in the
it's
firearm
like,
in the
I know
store.
that I can't just buy straight up regular 9mm for my gun. It needs to be
Yeah.
Makarov, all right?
Yeah, but no. The best part is he didn't get like okay and walk away or get angry at me. He just asked to see the manager.
Are you fucking serious?
And then he asked the manager.
And they were like, no.
If the manager... That's the best part. The manager did take the gun from him and put the bullet in it to see if it would fit, and then take it out and hand it back to him.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like, that shit's
Which
crazy.
manager was it?
It was David, if you remember.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
he
like
doesn't
a
work
David
there
thing.
anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
David started not giving a shit.
Yes,
Yeah,
it sounds like a David thing.
It was fully into the not giving a shit time.
Yeah, definitely the time where David would have been like, okay, yeah, I'll just do this just so the guy will
Yeah, if
fucking
he'll just leave.
Yeah.
But no, I wasn't going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not handing you this bullet to load that gun. I'm not taking your gun to load it. I'm just like...
like they said in the training videos, as a salaried member of management.
Yeah, it's like, this is officially above my pay grade.
Yeah. This is for someone with a salary.
It's someone who Walmart has insurance on.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, that's just so crazy.
Oh my god.
I can't there's no way I would be comfortable asking somebody if I could load my gun in the sporting goods store in front of them. It's like...
Yeah.
And, like, do guns not have a way to figure out, like, you know,
it says the caliber on the side of most firearms.
Yes, most of them
this one just happened to not.
And then,
I don't know. I wouldn't even touch his gun to check.
And then if for some reason you can't fucking tell or read it, or it's not on there for some dumbass reason, there's Google.
Yeah. Or if you really,
if you
really
know the
hate
type
computers,
of gun you have,
just take it to a gun store.
Yes, you take it to a gun store.
Say, what kind of ammo do I need for this?
What kind of and you can show them there.
Yeah,
you know,
they might even take it from you and put a bullet in it themselves.
It's
at a gun store.
They probably would, because a gun
it's
shop.
a lot more comforting there.
Also, they have a gun on them, so they're not afraid of someone pulling out a gun. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll look at it.
It's like, you know, go to the gun store where everyone is fucking, like, any person that walks in the bitch
will
is
probably
armed.
shoot you.
Yeah,
if
you don't go to the
anything.
Walmart associate and be like, hey, can I put a bullet in my gun?
The place that's fucking easy target for mass shooting.
Yeah.
Or
just robbery.
No one gets
That's like the only thing I could give you maybe is a BB.
Yeah. And I wouldn't.
Yeah,
so.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay, so now, like, is there a rule to where, like, if they're clearly intoxicated, can you sell them a bullet?
So, technically, I'm not supposed to sell people stuff if they're, like, visibly, you know, intoxicated to the point where they're slurring or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You would be in, like, a gray area if I could smell alcohol on them, but they weren't slurring or they seemed coherent.
Yeah, like it could have just spilt on him.
Yeah, so, but yeah, and this guy was clearly drunk. Like, he was, like, leaning a little bit to the side when he was talking, and he would slur a little bit. But, so, no, I would never have sold this guy any kind of guns or ammo.
To top it all off, he went and he's like, alright, I'm going to go back. I'm a truck driver. What?
Oh, God.
And it's like, what would be great is that, like, he tried to be best friends with you after that, and then he's, like, waiting outside in his truck, and you come walking out, and you hear, pow, pow, pow! Sorry, it's my truck, I'm telling you all about! Pow, pow, pow!
I have had, so there's a truck driver who always stops and talks to me. He used to try and get me to work for, like, the same trucking company as him. He even gave me, like, his card and everything. He's like, hey, you know, if you get in touch with this company, you know, let him know I told you this and tell him to put you in touch with so-and-so. And apparently it was, like, but I don't want to be a truck driver. I really appreciate the offer, but I'm not down for the over-the-road trucking game.
No, it's just, that's like, God, that's, like, such an unhealthy lifestyle, too.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, he was always walking around Walmart because he hated just sitting in the truck all the time. He's like, I gotta stretch my legs. I can't just sit around. Like, I gotta sit so much of the time just to drive.
Yeah, exactly.
So anytime I'm stopped, I want to be walking around.
That's fair.
But
well,
he told me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So he told me he only became a truck driver because he used to be a cop. And he used to be a cop until he got called to, like, a domestic thing. And like a 12-year-old kid pulled a BB gun on him that had the orange cap taken off the end of it. And I mean, I guess he shot the kid, but apparently he can't, like, according to him, it's like he can't even own guns or touch guns anymore. But it's like, he's a cop, and like if somebody points a gun at you,
I mean,
and
that's one of those like
It-
sad but
like,
understandable ones, you know.
like,
yeah,
but-
it's like it gets to get to the point where shit happens,
Uh-huh.
and if
But
anyone else,
but
in
I
that
understand.
moment had to
Like
make a
it's
call,
like he's like I still can't even shoot a gun to this day, and
Mhm.
So
Like, I
he's
guess that's why he
like-
became a truck
so
driver.
by
I mean, just
law,
I
or-
mean, even trauma.
He
you
said
know.
he retired, so that mean they may have given him the option or anything, but I have no idea.
He probably doesn't even want to have a gun anymore, I'd assume.
I mean, I would be real conflicted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But I mean, it probably messed with his head. He's probably just
Yeah.
like, when he says he
And
can't
he's-
shoot a gun, he might not be able
Like,
to.
He's a
There's-
really
Yeah.
nice guy. So,
Yeah.
but it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
like
no,
I've never
that's
had
definitely
anyone.
crazy.
That's probably one of the most interesting trucker stories I've ever, because it came out of left field too. Like we were just talking about, I think paint or something, and then that story is like, okay.
It's like, hey, that red paint is the same color that 12-year-old I shot. It's like
What was
that's
that?
that's the same blood.
Yeah. But
huh?
Remember that shade of red?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like,
Goddamn.
It's like, and I always try to take truck driver stories. No offense, but like to any truck drivers that may hear this, but because there are a lot of truck drivers that are kind of bullshitters.
Oh, for sure.
But from my personal experience, anything that this guy's told me, like he would mention stuff, and then it seemed to check out.
Yeah, right.
So, like obviously I don't
Yeah,
have
there's a
verification.
couple that would come in,
but-
drivers that would talk to me sometimes who, that seemed, like they were legit, while others definitely weren't.
You can usually tell when a truck driver's
Yeah.
kind of like a bullshitter.
There was one who would always talk about how he is always taking like nuclear stuff and things like that. Who I was like, he was one of the BSers, I'm pretty sure.
God. It's like, it's like usually they have army guys doing that.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's,
it's like-
for the army.
I mean,
so
when I was working for the company I was working for, we did stuff for the military, but it was like airplane parts and like ammunition and stuff, but never nuclear things.
I mean,
And it had to be an American citizen, like straight up.
Yeah.
Like they can't
It's
be
like,
from another country.
even then there's
stuff
restrictions
like
of
that. Yeah,
the
there's a lot of
government, yeah.
restrictions. Yeah. You couldn't just hire anybody.
yeah.
I mean, there was
But I mean,
rules for
it's-
being on the base.
it's for
Clean
good reason.
shaven was one of the rules. All kinds of stuff.
Really?
Like for being
I bet
on
that's
the-
for
being
like
on the base and stuff
identification.
like-
People can't cover scars or tattoos with facial hair, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
And I mean,
These are
stuff
disguised.
allowed on
Yeah.
the truck. People would decorate their stuff with. Like there's people who put like stickers of like rappers with guns in their hand. Not allowed. This is like, your truck has to look nice and clean. It can't have any kind of thing that they don't like, sticker or anything on the truck or the trailer.
I mean, if anything's going to be super stringent security-wise, I guess I understand it being military.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're definitely the most strict, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I would never get along with them.
No. Me personally, I wouldn't. Like, I appreciate them. I understand that we need a military to keep, stuff going, keep us from being invaded by less than, what's the right word, well-meaning foreign powers. But yeah, I know. I don't think I would do well in a military setting.
No, I definitely I would be fucking going to the equivalent of the office like every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if
Really not down with being told
I
what to
think
do,
we're
guys.
I think we're right at the end, like the age where we would be the last people contacted for a draft, because I think that stops.
I am
at,
just a little over it. I think it stops at 26 or 27.
Does it really?
I thought it was 28 or 29.
Might be either way, then I'm still just right at or over.
I mean, but we'd be the last people contacted,
Yeah.
because once they hit a certain number, they think they're good with the draft, and then anyone else can just sign up.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the first people they call is 18 and 19-year-olds.
Yes.
Oh god. Yeah, fuck up their futures first.
Yeah.
I mean, though they are. I understand the fucks up their
Well,
future, but also you understand
the
the
most
other perspective.
athletic,
They are
they're
the
the
people
one-
you want to be soldiers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
physically speaking.
Physically, yeah, and I mean, you can honestly teach them easier and
Yeah.
faster. So that's why they go after them first. But I mean, even if I was to be drafted, I have a medical issue, and I'm the only son of my father,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
would never be sent to the lines.
I'm pretty sure they would
I'd
probably
drive a
my
drone.
brother before me because he's younger.
They would draft him
Yeah.
first. Yep. And
But
then-
he also has he's broken his ankle before.
yeah,
so-
he'd probably get an office thing, or he'd be in a base in the States. He wouldn't be going anywhere.
I would assume that I'm just too gay.
Oh no, you remember they just don't ask about that.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it up.
They don't ask, you don't tell. Now you can be gay in the military.
I mean,
Yeah, they don't
also
give a
you're
shit
old enough
anymore.
that I think they probably wouldn't even send you over anyways if you
Yeah.
did end up getting
Good.
drafted.
No, it's like,
well,
don't
you also
fucking
have
call me.
like children and
Yeah, children
wife,
affects it.
so-
Yeah, because I mean, they'd need your income and stuff. You know, it's like, and the military.
You stay here, pay taxes.
Yes, yes. It's like you stay here and help us build weapons.
Maybe get a factory job.
Yeah,
Maybe get 2.
yeah, exactly. And like
Yeah.
my brother is technically the only son of his father, so that helps him.
There you go.
Well, I'm glad I know I have a younger brother then.
Yeah, he would also be drafted first.
Yeah, God, it's like, if they call me, it's like, yeah, no, keep calling. Like, go on to the next person.
It's like, well, shit.
I will lose my citizenship. I do not care.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell I go, though. Canada's not any better.
Well, and Canada won't
And it's
accept you. It's
cold.
like, I'm
Yeah.
just going to kind of be
I guess Mexico?
living under the
Shit.
radar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you just gotta live here illegally.
You just have to have, like, you know, your spouse or just someone, like, just put everything under their name and then hope that they trust you.
fake your death.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's a great idea, actually.
You teach English in another country. That's what you do. That's
Exactly.
what.
and I don't even speak the other language, so it's just super
You
frustrating.
don't have
Just
to
yelling
most of the
English at
time.
these people that
Oh,
don't
really?
speak
Yeah.
English.
Yeah, if you get set up with the right companies, you don't even have to speak the other language.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it
And
does.
ignorant.
But a lot of the times you do get paid a lot of money. Japan's
are,
one of those. You don't have to speak Japanese, and you can teach English.
Are you talking about missionaries? It
No.
really sounds like you're talking about missionaries.
They don't
No,
teach
no.
people the language.
No,
No,
they-
they'll teach them the language, but it'll
little
usually
bit.
be like
Well,
Bible and
yeah.
Jesus.
Uh-huh. No.
Yeah.
No, missionaries. I would never be a missionary. I couldn't go do it.
Missionaries are fucking evil.
Like no
Well,
matter no.
Some of them are. It's
Yeah.
not.
To go
a broad
force-
sweeping
to go
term is-
force your religion.
Well, that's not
is
all
evil.
they do, though. They're not forcing the religion. They're also, plenty of missionaries are feeding and clothing and housing people and teaching them about their religion in the process. And that is a 100% acceptable thing to do, to be like, hey, we're
Yeah.
doing this good thing for you, and this is why we believe we're doing it.
The missionary group
So-
my church sponsors are people who actually go over there and do some good stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like not their main goal. It's one of their goals is to spread the word, but they are mainly there to help people.
Okay, well those ones are fine.
Yeah, and
But
that
we've
is a
seen-
good chunk of them, too.
But we've had
So-
people come over and try to get sponsorship by our church, and they give their spiel, and we're like, oh, so
Oh, yeah, no,
You're
I'll
helping
argue with,
these
like,
people.
Mormons or Jehovah's
yeah,
or
they're
whatever.
like, they'd come to our church and be like, oh, so you're literally just gonna spread the word, like that's all you're trying to do. We'd
It's
be
like,
like,
that's pointless.
See ya.
It's
Yeah.
like watching them suffer. It's like, just
Uh-huh.
pray! Just pray!
Yeah, that's useless.
That's like,
But,
yeah.
so.
They're fucking,
Yeah,
they're
no matter
yelling
how
this.
religious I ever get, I will never be a missionary.
No.
Yeah.
It's like they're yelling this from their like portable sauna.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
I could be literally told by God to be a missionary. I'd be like, well, shit.
Uh-huh, right.
I
yeah.
didn't want to do that.
I wanted
It's
to
like, oh, no.
hard shop.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
You know what? I am gonna be a Satanist now.
No, I can't be a Satanist. I can't take him seriously.
Yeah, oh yeah,
No.
exactly. It's like, buddy, you fell.
Yeah.
You fell down.
Well, a lot of
You fell
Satanists
off,
will
dude.
tell you that Satanists don't believe in actual Satan. Most
Right,
of
yes,
them.
of
course.
There's kind of like 2 categories.
Oh, yeah,
there's
no,
like
they're
there's the
they're the
satanic
ones.
cult, which do believe in actual Satan,
Yes.
Right.
and then there's like Levian Satanism, which
Which
they're
is
basically
basically-
hedonists.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So, but I call them like they're edgelords because if you don't believe in a religion, but you chose to call yourself Satanism, so the only persons that believe, they'll say, only Christians believe in actual Satan, and why would you name your whole religion on something you don't believe in? It's to piss off Christians, and
Right.
like that makes them they're edgelords. It's like
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great way to end it.
Yeah. Yeah, hear that,
Edgelords.
edgelords?
Yes. If there are any Satanist edgelords in the comments, I will talk to anyone. So
Yeah, fucking come at us, bro.
Yeah, tell me what I'm wrong about.
Come
I
on,
want to hear it.
we want the keyboard warriors.
Exactly.
Yes, come tell us what we're wrong about being wrong about.
Yeah, just tell us which one of us is more right about any given thing. That's obviously the most important thing.
Yes, yes,
What
that is.
percentage of right you are.
Well, thank you for anyone that's still listening. You guys got anything to say?
No, toodaloo.
Yeah,
we said it all. Later.
Yes, fuck off.